Hello everyone and welcome to Market Wealth India. The Dhoot Transmission IPO is shaping up to be one of the absolutely biggest offerings of August 2026, boasting a massive issue size of over 3,066 crore rupees. And we're kicking things off right out of the gate with this buzzy gray market premium number that has everyone talking today, 245 rupees, pointing to an estimated listing gain of around 28%.
But the big question for retail investors is, should you actually apply? Let's dive right into this complete 2026 review to uncover if the immense hype matches the real business fundamentals.
To help you figure that out, we're breaking this explainer down into 4 quick parts: the 3,066 crore offer, inside Dhoot Transmission, tracking the financial growth, and finally, the pros, risks, and verdict.
Let's jump straight into Section 1, the 3,066 crore offer.
Okay, let's look at the crucial details of this offering. The total issue size is a staggering 3,066.89 crore rupees, and importantly, 1,400 crore of that is a fresh issue. The price band is set between 829 and 871 rupees per share. For you, as a retail investor, the minimum investment is one lot of 17 shares, which will cost you approximately 14,807 rupees. So you're buying into an absolute behemoth of a company. And how exactly are they using that 1,400 crore of fresh capital? Well, it's a textbook move for long-term growth. They're heavily reducing existing borrowings, allocating around 464 crore to repay the parent company's debt and another 301 crore to pay down subsidiaries' debt. By clearing up that balance sheet, they immediately free up cash flow. Then, they're taking 150 crore to set up brand new manufacturing plants in Haryana and Tamil Nadu to fund future business expansion. Make sure to mark your calendars with these critical dates because the window is incredibly tight. The IPO opens on August 10th and closes very quickly on August 12th. The allotment gets finalized on the 13th before it lists on both the BSE and NSE on August 17th. And a quick update on that GMP we mentioned earlier, at the upper price band of 871, a 245 rupee premium suggests an expected listing price of around 1,116 rupees. That's a potential 28.13% gain. But remember, GMP is totally unofficial, it changes daily, and it should never be the only reason you invest.
Which brings us to Section 2, inside Dhoot Transmission. You need to know exactly what you're buying.
Dhoot Transmission manufactures automotive wiring harnesses and electrical distribution systems used by major auto manufacturers. Think of a wiring harness as a structured assembly of cables and wires that transmits electrical power and signals throughout a vehicle. It literally acts as the vehicle's central nervous system. They are building highly complex systems to meet the increasing demand for both traditional passenger vehicles and EVs, supplying products to both Indian and international automotive companies.
And they are dominant. As of fiscal year 2026, they hold a massive 41% market share in the Indian two-wheeler and three-wheeler wiring harness segment. This means they aren't some small player trying to break into the industry. They are an entrenched, top-2 dominant force.
But even better than their traditional legacy ICE business is how successfully they've pivoted to the electric vehicle revolution. In the electric two- and three-wheeler wiring harness segment, they command an astonishing market share of over 70%. That is incredible positioning for the upcoming EV boom. They've essentially cornered the market on the future.
But a great market position only matters if it translates to the bottom line. Let's hit Section 3, tracking the financial growth.
Their top-line revenue has just exploded consistently. In FY24, revenue was sitting at about 2,799 crore. By FY25, it climbed to 3,472 crore, and in FY26, it surged past 4,564 crore. That is rapid, undeniable scale in a very short amount of time.
And the profit follows that exact same beautiful upward trajectory. Profit after tax grew from roughly 299 crore in FY24 up to 353 crore in FY25 and reached nearly 397 crore in FY26. This proves they can successfully scale their massive operations while remaining consistently profitable.
For the fundamental investors out there, these ratios are your bread and butter. A return on capital employed of over 19%, paired with a return on equity of 16.30%, means they are incredibly efficient at turning investments into actual profits. Add to that a healthy EBITDA margin of 15.71% and a solid PAT margin of 8.70%, and you have a financially stable, consistently growing company.
We have the data, so let's head into our final section: pros, risks, and verdict. Let's start with the positives. You've got strong, consistent revenue and profit growth. They have a massive presence in the auto component industry, highlighted by that dominant 70% EV market share. You have their expansion into new manufacturing facilities, and of course, that healthy gray market premium of 245 rupees, indicating a great listing gain.
However, we have to look at the risks. A massive 3,066 crore IPO size could actually suppress those listing gains if the retail subscription is only moderate. Plus, they are heavily exposed to the cyclical, fluctuating demand of the auto sector. They also rely on subsidiary incentive schemes. And as always, that GMP can change drastically before listing day.
It's absolutely vital to separate the gray market hype from the reality of the business. The hype promises quick short-term profits based on that GMP. But the reality is that this is a fundamentally strong business that requires patience through different market cycles. Based on the available financials, the strong business fundamentals, and the current gray market premium, independent market consensus suggests the Dhoot Transmission IPO appears highly attractive for long-term investors. If subscription numbers remain strong and GMP stays healthy, retail investors might really want to consider applying after evaluating their own goals.
So I leave you with this final thought. Are you simply chasing a 28% listing pop, or are you looking to invest in the future of the EV revolution? If you found this explainer helpful, please like this explainer, subscribe to Market Wealth India, and press the bell icon for daily IPO GMP updates, allotment news, and listing gain analysis. Thank you so much for watching, and stay curious.